Hello everybody, Dave Falkware with the Enviro Realty team at RE/MAX Preferred Professionals in Bridgewater, New Jersey, and along with my co-host Michael Thorne from RE/MAX Little Oak in Langley, British Columbia. We're the co-hosts of Mobile Agent TV. Little tip here that I kind of just dawned on me. It was a teaching moment that just came up. And that's kind of how these tips come to me. I mean, I could probably do a lot of research and come up with all kinds of different things that I think may work with my 30 years of experience. But the way they work best for me is when something happens to me, I always tell everybody that, well, there's something to be learned from that, even if it was whether it was positive or negative. But in any event, I showed a lot of properties over the weekend. I showed some 30 houses to a multiple array of clients. And as you all know, on Monday, after having a busy showing weekend, you're going to get a lot of feedback requests. And I got a lot of them in a lot of different forms. So the one form I got was phone calls, the old-fashioned way we did this way back in the day. I don't know how the agents got my number. They either had to go to the house, get my phone number from the business card, or perhaps I did use some electronic lock boxes, so maybe they found out that way. But I did use a number of combination boxes with numbers or letters, which I believe, in my personal opinion, strong opinions, if you're using a combo box or any kind of a combination box on a house, a listing today, you're either lazy or crazy. Because they're so easy to get into. Anybody can get into them, so you're kind of might as well just leave the front door wide open on the house. But in any event, I did get a number of feedback things, and I did get phone calls, as I said. But I also got emails that basically were manually put in by the listing agent that said, "What'd your buyer think of the house?" Period. That's all it said. So I don't think those two methods are going to get you any form of valuable feedback for your sellers. You have to provide value, and that's not going to provide value. What we do is, and again, this is my suggestion or tip, that if you're not already using some kind of automated system to get feedback from buyers agents who show your listings, you're wasting a lot of your own time, and you're not going to get good value out of that feedback. And the way we do it is we use a company called ShowingSuite.com. It's connected to the lockbox system that we particularly have, which is Supra, and a lot of people around the country are using Supra lockboxes. And what it does is we design the questions, we put in the emails when we first take the listing of who is going to get the feedback, and what happens automatically, as long as the agent that shows the property has their proper email in the MLS system, which most of them do, but some don't, it automatically sends them an email asking for feedback. They click on it, and it just doesn't say, what did your buyer think of the property? There's a number of questions which we designed. All right, they're designed around the particular property. So, and then what happens is you get the feedback, the seller gets the feedback, or anybody else you choose. You can have a team member get it, you get it, and the seller, and multiple sellers can all get those emails. And there's a picture of the house that's up there, which kind of dawns on, kind of jogs people's memory. Because I know that when I've showed a lot of houses and somebody calls me up and says, what about that house? It's like you have to stop and think a minute because you just got done showing a lot of properties. We get valuable feedback that we can literally use for the seller to provide value and get us price reductions and correct things that a third party has said is wrong with the property that they just really didn't we weren't able to convince them. One of the other benefits is that you have a list in there of whoever showed the property. And if you do a price reduction, you can, for 2 clicks, you can send out a blast email. I just reduced the price of the property that you showed. So it's something that provides value. It also is very efficient. So because you don't have to sit and do emails. So if you're not using some type of automated electronic feedback system and showing system of your properties, I strongly suggest you look into it. Another company that you could use is eShowing. A lot of MLS companies are already hooked up to eShowings, and it's part of the service they provide for the MLS, so you could actually go in and do it. And if you're afraid to do all this technology and this mobile, just do one thing a week or one thing every 2 weeks. And at the end of the year, you'll be a totally mobile agent if you're afraid to do this stuff. And my suggestion is the very first thing you do, if you're not doing everything from a mobile perspective using iPads and your iPhones and just Androids or tablets, doing things in Dropbox, whatever it may be, do one thing. And the first thing you should do, if you're not doing it, is get some electronic system to get feedback. This is Dave Farquhar, Mobile Agent TV. Follow us on Facebook.com/Mobile Agent TV, YouTube.com/Mobile Agent TV, or our website, mobileagenttv.com.